All right, welcome to functional training. Let's begin with our dynamic warm-up. We're going to do some just some active loosening and some partial range of motion lower body movements. So let's please stand up. Make sure you have some room. And just get the heart rate going and get the lower body kind of loosened up here. Let's do some lateral side to sides with a tap to the floor. So basically stand in a really wide position. Exaggerate, so much wider than normal stance. And what you're going to do is just going to shift your weight left to right so that you're getting a little bit of a dynamic stretch in the hamstrings and the lower body, and the blood is kind of moving out through your lower body here as your heart rate increases, warming up the tissue surrounding your hips and your knees. And then you're going to reach down to the floor as if you're going to touch the floor, kind of shifting your weight side to side. So you're only going down just a little bit, barely enough to bend that knee, and no faster than this. And that you can slow that down. And this is a good way to make sure that before you start doing full range of motion movements, that you've kind of loosened up a bit more to withstand that. Now you can try to go a little bit lower and try to actually touch that floor with the hand. Okay, and we're going to transition here. So turning your body in a kneeling position, left hand, left foot is planted right beside that foot. Rotate and reach straight up with your right hand to the ceiling. Bring it back down. Keep your foot there. Switch hands so your right hand is beside the foot. And turn the other way, reaching to the ceiling. Back to the middle. Standing up again in that same position. And continue that movement. Just that side to side. You should already kind of start to feel your hamstrings, a little bit of a pull there. Touch the floor. And switching to this side. So your right foot is planted, right hand goes beside the foot. Rotating and point that left hand to the ceiling while maintaining that kneeling position. Bring that hand down. Left hand goes on the floor and rotate the other way. Again, bring that back down and just kind of stay in this position here. So what we're going to do is a inchworm. So the inchworm, just a modified version for our warm-up, into a scapular push-up. So we've done both of these before, but we're going to incorporate them into one smooth movement to combine them and to kind of multitask. So starting in a push-up position, what you can do is you're going to walk backwards with your hands to stand up all the way. And then again, walking forwards, keeping your legs straight. Holding this position, you're going to do 4 scapular push-ups, so keeping your arms extended, just squeezing and opening up the shoulder blades. And that is all you're doing. There's no push-up here. It's just your shoulder blades protracting, retracting, in and out. Now hold it here, walking back up, fully extended, and walking back down again. And another 4 scapular push-ups. One more time. You're going to go back, fully extended, and then walking down again, keeping your feet planted. And another 4 for the scapula. Sinking and opening up the shoulder blades. And done. Excellent. Okay. So we're kind of hit everything there. Got our heart rate elevated. warming up with movement, no static stretches, active loosening, a little bit of balance and coordination as usual is involved. Okay, so let's stand up, grabbing one dumbbell, and we're going to be doing our one-legged hinge or one-legged deadlift. And what I want you to try to do, this is a good tip for practicing it, is when you go down into that position, we want you to set down the object or your weight and then go back, kicking it out again, grabbing that object, the weight, and picking it up. So this will really help gauge your position and your balance. So you have to pick it up in the exact same position you dropped it without moving your foot. So again, lowering down, kicking out the back leg and pulling forward. And then going down again to grab that weight and lifting it up. Okay, let's keep doing this. Extending back, setting it down. You'll notice if you reach too far away from your body, it'll throw you off balance. So as close to the foot as you can. Down to pick it up. Setting it down. We'll go one more here. All the way back, grabbing that weight and up. Excellent. Okay, switching sides. Okay, here we go. Right leg extends back, setting the weight beside your foot. It doesn't have to necessarily be right beside your foot, but somewhere that is consistent. So you're always reaching to the same spot. Back down to grab it and up. Down and up. And grab that weight. Okay, here we go. One more. Each. And we got to pick it up to finish the movement. And done. Okay, excellent. All right, so set that weight down, not too far away. Just a quick little water break. Okay, so this next movement is new. So we've only started incorporating it this semester. So even if you're returning with the functional training class from previous semester, obviously a lot of the skills that you've obtained with the balance, coordination, stability will help, but this is new for everybody, and it's a little bit intense. So it's really good just to get the whole body moving. So what we're going to be doing is a half burpee and a clean and front raise. Now that's a mouthful, so I'm going to show you what that looks like if you're new to this movement. Okay, so I'll try to get a good angle here. What you're going to do is you're going to be holding onto your weights, okay? If you can fit your hand underneath it in this position. If you can't, you can have them down in front, close together, and your hands on the floor. And you're going to do a half burpee, so jumping in, grabbing the weights, and raising them up, setting them down, out, in, grab, up, okay? Just like so, and raise. Now you could keep the hands on the weights the whole time and just kind of do that. Now with my weight, because these are a little smaller, maybe the ones that you're using at home aren't big enough to allow your hand to have room. So I'm kind of scraping my knuckles on the floor here when I land. So it's not the most ideal. So I kind of just leave them on the floor and then I pick them up as I go. If they're bigger and you can fit the whole hand underneath without touching the floor, then you can hold on to them the whole time. Okay? So again, you're going in and out with that half burpee and raising the weights up and going right back down. Okay? All right, so this is going to be fun. Let's look at the heart rate up. Here we go. Total body movement. And let's go. All right. in, and raise. Out, in, raise. So that hard part is right here. You're holding that squat down the whole time. Never allowed to come up. So your legs are constantly working. And up. I'm going to go 5 more. Here we go. 1. And raise. 2. And raise. 3. 4. Finish. And raise. And done. Okay. So stay moving. Active recovery. Okay, good. And down to the floor. Okay, we're going to do our 2 breaths. Control the breathing. Okay, so ready? 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Okay, good. All right. So that one you'll really notice in the legs, as well as obviously the intensity, the anaerobic conditioning. So in that, 30 to 60 second time frame of that exercise, your heart rate's going and your muscles are burning the whole time. So you're building up that lactic acid. But it is really good because it pushes you through it and it really helps your endurance in the long run. So it's a really good intense workout or exercise that you're doing like 3 or 4 things at once. And that's what functional training is all about. Combining different movements and components, power, endurance, core, stability, flexibility, like everything, right? Okay. All right, so the next one, again, is a nice challenge. So what we're gonna do is the wood chop, but we're gonna make it a little bit more difficult. So again, I apologize, but go ahead and grab 1 weight. So just that same weight you were just using. Okay, so we've done 3 or 4 different types of the wood chop. So you have a stationary wood chop, which is basically a squat, and then you stand up and rotate. We have a stationary lunge wood chop. So if you're in a kneeling position like this, you bring it down and you rotate up and you rotate with the core. You have one where you can do a reverse lunge. So you're here and you go into the reverse lunge and rotate. So I guess you could call this the progression. This is pretty much the advanced version. So we're going to be doing a bit of a plyometrics here, which involves a bit more explosiveness. So we're going to try to incorporate some jumping while doing the wood chop. Okay, so here's what it'll look like. You're going to be alternating sides. So you're going to start here, and you're going to go up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, I'm just going to change my camera angle. It's a little hard to see, and hopefully you don't hit the ceiling. Okay, so here again, you're down, up, land, up, land. Okay, let's give it a try. Here we go. This one takes a lot of coordination. And go. So down, up, land, hop, land. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Hold the lunge. Back to our kneeling stretch. Left hand on the floor beside the foot. Rotate. 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. 3, 2, 1. Other leg. Same hand. 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. 3, 2, 1, and relax. 30-second water break, and then round 2 of that same exercise. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to do 12 alternating. Ready? Starting in the lunge position, going down, and go. Hop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2 more. And 12. Excellent. Okay, drop the weight. Good. Walk around. Shake off the legs. Okay, down to the floor. Perfect. Okay. And what you're going to do is the crab walk with the toe touches, but we're not going to incorporate any forwards and backwards movement. So here, tabletop, butt off the ground, and then alternate. So it's foot to hand, switch, foot to hand. Try to rotate your whole body when you go to do that. Lift up nice and high. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nice and high. 1, relax for a second. Right leg in front. Further stretch. Okay. Hello. Okay, point the toes to the ceiling. Can you go, please? Try to go. And again, pointing those toes straight up. You don't actually have to touch your toes. Okay, good. Now, grab that hand weight again. Okay. All right, so we're going to do the plank with the pull through. So if you recall, again, let me just move my camera to the floor. So you're going to be in a push-up position, and you're going to transfer the weight. You're going to pull it underneath the body, and then alternate. Okay. So keep it right beside your hand. You're in a plank push-up position, holding it steady, feet wider than normal. You're going to grab the opposite hand, so the right, reach through, pull it to the other side of the body, and then back to this position. Reach through and pull. Okay, keep it going. Reach through and hold. Reach through and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And hold. Hold it here. Raise the body up. You do a pike. And relax. Okay, push that aside. Back to our crab, toe touches. Stationary for 8. Ready? Butt off the ground. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Great. Okay. Adductor stretch. So feet together, elbows down in your legs, pushing down and hold. And release the elbows. And back down again, pushing down slightly. Okay, good. Now, let's do some Russian twists. So no weight. Same position we're in right now. Feet off the ground, hands in the middle. Rotate, touch the floor, and keep that going. Keep those feet together. Don't let them separate. Three, two, and one. Good. Leg down, other leg behind. Pigeon stretch. And hold this position. And drop it down. Okay, lean back. You're going to feel the opposite side of the hip here. And lean forward. And switch sides. Okay. So other leg is behind you. And hold this stretch here. Okay, drop down. Lean back. Okay. You're keeping your foot on the floor, pressing down, feeling across the hip area here. Lean forward. Okay. Turning, cat-cow. So 4-point position, hands and knees. Arc the back nice and high. 3, 2, 1, and then down, sink. And up again, up and nice and high. Squeeze those abs if you can, engage the core, and then release it, keeping the arms extended, and up nice and high. A few more of these. Two more, that's one. Finish, so up and down. Good, okay, now sitting on the heels, child's pose, reach nice and forward. Slide back, one deep breath. And down again. Sliding forward and head down. Sliding back to finish. Breath. And done. Great. Okay, that's it. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. If you're watching this at a later time on IGTV and YouTube, I hope everyone has a good rest of the week. And we'll catch you soon. And it's becoming nice and summery out there. So get outside and stay active. Thanks, everyone. Be well.